This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Was that Mr. Rogers? Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to another
Wow.
I'm sorry. Every time I hear Callan, I'm like, wow, he has a nice voice. Reminds me of somebody. Well, anyway, welcome to another Entertainment Hour, new episode. Of course, if you're with C2C, you're watching the Puck and Roll podcast. The episode 2 will air on Sunday at 7. He just had his here on Friday at the same time, so check that out. From the desert to the sea in all of Southern California, that's where I'm coming from. A good evening. Chris, how you doing from Texas? How hot is hot?
Pretty hot. It's I don't know, maybe hot as Mars. I don't know, but it's warm.
Is it like 98, 99, 100?
Yeah.
Ah, there it is. And Dragon Viper, I heard you had an adventure today out in Oregon.
Yep. Yeah, had a good day today. I mean, went out and hung out with J-Mac and Ace today while they're camping. And going to go back again tomorrow and go back Sunday, but I'm going to camp Sunday night with them. So, yeah, having a blast this weekend.
You know, whenever I think of camping, I just hope to never get bit by something or someone.
Well, depending on how drunk someone is, but
hey, if a human bites you, it means something else.
And it's been about 70 something here, so
nice.
Lucky.
It's getting there here. It's hotter inside. That's why I'm like wearing next to nothing almost. Crispy, if we could get the other programs, I'll run through them, and we're gonna make some changes on some of them. On deck, we're probably gonna move to Thursdays. Just my schedule is not letting me do anything Sunday evening, and I don't want to get it in the way of Between the Ropes on Sunday. Mondays, hopefully, Bro Code will be back, but we'll see if that's the case. I know Wednesday, Sports Minute, Thursday, Kicking It, Friday, you're here with us, Entertainment Hour. And don't forget, again, Press Row, I think will be on Mondays, I want to say, with Callan.
Monday.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get this all right. And then, the Puck and Roll podcast, Fridays and Sundays. Near Me is where Callan will be to do some of those live ones. We'll see him close by here. So I think the news yesterday of Donald Sutherland passing away was big news in the entertainment community. He was in so many movies that I really don't know or haven't seen. The Hunger Games, among other things. He was a 24-time winner of awards. He passed away, I think, at the age of 88. Yeah, age of 88. Yeah, June 20th. Born in 35, Canadian. So he loved his Montreal Expos. Probably sad when they left Montreal there. Came from New Brunswick, Canada, and passed away with a long illness issue in Miami, Florida a couple of days ago. He appeared in almost 200 different shows and films. Of course, he was the father of the renowned actor Kiefer Sutherland, which I know more about, unfortunately, than his father. I read a X tribute that his son did for his father. And I saw that earlier, and it was kind of touching there. He was set to be an engineer graduating from the University of Toronto with a degree in that. He was a radio DJ in his youth, but he went on with engineering and then acting and drama. He got a degree, and he abandoned that wanting to be an engineer in favor of being acting. The first roles for him were bits and parts, consisted of such films as the horror film Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, which starred Christopher Lee back in 1965. Television shows as the Saint and Court Marshal. His breakthrough, though, came in a war film in which he was barely casted in. He was a last-minute replacement for an actor. So it's just funny how this all worked out. But he was loyal Vernon Pinkley in The Dirty Dozen in 1967. That film starred Charles Bronson, among others. So it was if you liked action, he was in there. He took another role in MASH in 1970. He starred along with Elliot Gould and Tom Skerritt. Yeah, that was a good one there. Then, among others, he was in Kelly's Heroes, The Comedy and the Real One. Let's see what else. There's a lot. Clute. Most recently, though, I do remember him, and I couldn't believe that was him, but it was in the Hunger Games. But he was also the marijuana-smoking university professor in National Lampoon's Animal House, which I still haven't seen. I have to go see that. He also was in the Robert Redford film Ordinary People in 1980. I'll have to see that. Eye of the Needle with Al Pacino. And then A Dry White Season in 1989 alongside Marlon Brando. And anytime you do anything with Marlon Brando, that is huge. Also, he was in JFK in 1991. He was played the role of Mr. X, the anonymous source who gives crucial information about the politics surrounding JFK. So he was good in that. He also went on to appear in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Shadow of the Wolf, and Disclosure. He reunited with Clint Eastwood and Tommy Lee Jones in Space Cowboys. He appeared as the father figure to Nicole Kidman in Cold Mountain and in the Italian Job. Some other films I can see. He was in The Eagle, The Mechanic. But yeah, I think we kind of knew him from the Hunger Games, being that I forget what he was. But Chris, how will you remember Kiefer Sutherland?
No, he was a good actor.
You mean Donald?
Donald. Oh my God.
Sorry, Chris. I had to say it.
Thank you. No, keep me on my
It's
toes.
okay. Good actor for playing all those roles. It's funny how I won't say funny, but things just happen for a reason. You may not be in a particular film, and then all of a sudden you are. So it's just interesting how things just pop up in a way like that. He's gonna be missed. I'm sure you're talking about how he was from Canada, and all of the sports teams, and I'm sure he's looking down saying, hey, Edmonton's close, for the NHL. So
Right, so I mentioned Sutherland in the Hunger Games. He was President Snow, and that was a big figure in those films from the novel. Randy, what did you think when you heard the news there?
I was sad for the Hollywood community. It's like what you said. He was in a ton of movies and films. Unfortunately, I really haven't seen anything of him. Any movies or TV shows. I mean, there were some movies and TV that I know by name, but I never actually watched them. So, I mean, I can't really say if he was a good actor or not, but him being in that many TV and movie shows, you know, he had to have been. And, you know, his son followed in his footsteps. And, you know, and I know some parents, especially fathers, hope that their kid follows in their footsteps if they're doing the right thing. But overall, you know, again, a loss to the Hollywood community, Hollywood, you know, world, and you know, I feel bad for Kiefer, and I hope you know, things get better for him after this loss. So that's all pretty much I can say about Donald.
Yeah, I did not watch a lot of those films and shows he was in, but the amount of great actors he worked with, though, that's something, definitely. All right, so Crispy Bacon, I heard you have a video for us that'll blow our minds away about AI.
Yeah, so we always think about how we make a TV show or a movie better. We're watching the show and we're like, I have an idea that could probably make it better. Now you probably can, you know, do that in due time with this AI technology. I found on Instagram going through some reels and all that, and this is kind of interesting, so I'll let you guys listen.
South Park episode, and their showrunner platform will do the rest. It auto-created the characters, the scenes, the plots, the voices, everything. And that video went nuclear. So nuclear that every movie studio in Hollywood reached out to them trying to make a deal. Well, now they're back, and they're working on interactive TV shows. Picture this. You and your friends could generate your own episodes of your favorite shows. South Park, Pokemon, Rick and Morty, or maybe even a show you created from scratch. If you have a funny idea, you just type it out and then it comes to life. Infinite episodes with just 10 to 15 words of text. How insane is that? Now, of course, the only way this will be allowed is if the original show creators give the go-ahead. And they'll only do that if they're getting a revenue split from this new showrunner platform. But I promise you, it's coming. Because if you think about it, it's a win-win for the original show. There will be thousands of new episodes created by fans where the original creators just get paid passively from the license. It's fun for fans to do and a massive IP booster for the original show. The only downside will be if you think the AI episodes would dilute the original brand. But if all new episodes are contained on one AI Netflix platform, then you still own premium distribution everywhere else. To me, this is going to be massive and could completely change Hollywood. This company is building the AI version of Netflix. Now, last year...
So what do you guys think?
Want to take it, Randy?
No, you can take it because I have no idea what to say about this. I'm confused, honestly.
I think I got it. So there's these new AI issues I've seen with, you know, creating new things for people, right? New episodes and new ideas. But now they're blending it into old shows that we've seen. So basically, you could be the producer or writer of whatever funny show that you loved, and you could just reimagine it yourself. Like, imagine one show, and we'll talk about sitcoms later, where, you know, you've always wanted to see a show where a character was not, that you love, that was not, you know, featured in many, let's just say. Or the character that you wanted to see or you wanted to die off, that you hated. Well, you can make that happen yourself.
Or a character you like, but it's not used a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of like this idea. The thing is, I wonder how far AI will let you go. You know, when you talk about South Park, that's been a show that's, you know, overstepped a lot of boundaries. Drew a lot of criticism.
But back then, it was a different time. When
sure.
It all aired. Now they kind of have to walk on eggshells a little bit.
And I think even them nowadays has kind of, you know, slimmed down their thoughts or ideas just to appease people, some people out there, the majority of one side of things. So I think that's what it is to me, and it's fine. And again, the original creator will get theirs because they'll control the content because it's their characters. You know, the creators of South Park. Even though you create an episode, well, guess what? It'll still run through them. You'll have to send them, you know, the final cut or your rough draft or whatever. You'll have to do that. So I think that's pretty cool. Thing is, how much is too much, and then how crazy can it get with all of the different ways you can go about a show or movie. I seen one thing, and shout out to It's Real 85, the creator on YouTube, where he's actually made GTA 5 characters, and he made his own like sitcoms and funny videos with it through, you know, GTA. Mm-hmm. And I saw somebody else do it through San Andreas, where they've made new missions for that video game. Imagine that, where you get to play different missions on games that have never been thought of until now. And then also I've seen him also, It's Real 85, where they played these funny AI games where you can have the funniest responses to someone's question to see if they'll be friends with you. So it's kind of funny. If you're scared to talk to people in real life, at least you could try with AI and see how far you can go. And this is, again, something that that Chris has brought to us, and I thank you for that, because
oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I've had ideas of like certain shows, certain, you know, characters that didn't get their due. Maybe should have had like a spin-off or something. And I think this is a tool that can be good, as long as it's not overused, I would say.
Yeah, and just think about this real quick. Remember we had the strike, Hollywood strike? This could have been useful. Just a thought. I don't know.
You know, here's the thing. So, I want to leave that stuff up to the creators, because I'm not a very, very creative person, and so I wouldn't know what I'd even come up with, because I'm not creative or, you know, anything like that. So I would just leave it up to the professionals that get paid for it, or I'd leave it up to you guys, because if you're creative, that would work too. I couldn't do it.
All right, so let's get to Randy's favorite part of the show, having our celebrity birthdays, and I'll do my best to try to guess the ages of these folks. The celebrity birthdays of the week, right?
Of today.
Oh, today, okay.
But I mix up today and tomorrow because of the fact that, you know, there's hardly any noticeable birthdays, you know, in one day, so I have to do kind of two. But anyway, so yeah, for today, I have country star, and you know, I mean, I don't know if you guys know her, but country singer Kathy Mattea.
No, I know Kathy McPhee.
Well, this one's a country singer. Anyway, her birthday is today. She just turned 65. Now, have you guys watched Guardians of the Galaxy? I haven't,
No.
but I know who the actor is. Chris Pratt.
Oh, he's got to be like 47.
50.
You're close.
Damn.
50.
Not even close, Chris. 45.
Damn, that was my second guess, actually. I'm not even kidding. Because a couple of years ago, I saw him and he was 45 or 44, and I was like, really?
But yeah, he's 45 today.
And you're looking
then And then I don't know if you watched What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and then I don't remember the other movies that this celebrity was in, but Juliette Lewis.
Oh, what? Yeah, she's great. She's a great singer as well. I think she's in her own band. I'm gonna. Oh, I'm gonna say she's 52.
Close.
Damn, 50. Watch
51.
51. Damn.
So yeah, Chris was right on when he said it. And then I don't know if you guys have watched Sons of Anarchy.
No.
Okay, well, I got an actress from Sons of Anarchy, Maggie Siff. She plays one of the main characters' girlfriends and then wife. She turned 50 today. And that's all I could find really relevant for today, but I do have some for tomorrow. We have Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, wow. She's got to be 60. 65.
Nope.
63.
Nope. 71.
Noi!
Yeah. He will be 71
wow.
tomorrow.
What's our favorite song of hers? I like what is it called?
Mine is Time After Time.
I like that one, but what's that slow song on the same album? Oh my god, I'm tripping.
He Gets Into the Night.
Yeah, something like that, all through the night.
And then next we have, I don't know if you know this guy or not, but Chris Christopherson.
Oh hell yeah, the singer.
Yeah,
oh, no,
he's
no.
also an actor, and
yeah, I think he's 74.
Nope, wrong.
Damn,
way off.
No idea.
You want to give it a try, Chris?
Who's the celebrity?
Chris Christopherson.
Chris Christopherson.
55.
Not even close.
He's
going to be turning 88.
Goodness. I'm trying to remember who the hell is that. Let me look that up.
Yeah, he's a country singer, but he's also an actor. I'm trying to remember what movie he was actually in. Let me look that up real quick.
Yeah. I am.
But anyway, he was in things like he sang the song like Why Me? He was part of the Highwayman group with Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings and
oh yeah. I remember, dude.
And then he was in movies like Blade 2, Blade 3, Blade. He was in Planet of the Apes. And some other movies. I remember him just being in the Blade Trinity movie because Triple H was in that movie too.
Wow.
So, but yeah, he's really good at singing and acting. But anyway, so yeah, he'll be 88. Then we have Meryl Streep.
Wow, she's got to be 73.
Close.
Damn.
Chris?
62.
Nope. 74.
Nah.
You were off by one, James.
Keep getting it's funny because a lot of these movies and people I've heard of, but I've never really seen or watched anything. But I could just tell with the legend of them how old they could be.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of guess it, I guess.
Well, some of these you can't imagine how old they are. Gene Carlson says, Dragon Viper, you were pretty creative when you were little. I don't know about that, but and then she writes and says, Chris was in a movie called Convoy.
That sounds so familiar. My mom probably knows that one.
There was a song with about Convoy. And then the next birthday is Lindsay Wagner from The Bionic Woman. I don't know if either one of you have heard of that.
That's a
show.
70
I've heard of
TV
it, yeah.
show, right?
Yeah.
Movie. I thought it was a movie.
No, well, it probably was a movie, but I know of it as a TV show.
She's probably 70. It's on the dot.
Nope.
72.
Chris is closer. 75.
I should have went with $1.
Well, what would $1 be?
You know, what is it? How does it work on Price is Right? I can't remember if it's like,
the lowest bid wins without going
yeah.
over. But and then finally we have Carson Daly.
Oh, I haven't heard that name in years. That
He's on
dude's
The
been out of
Voice.
work forever.
Yeah, he used to be on MTV, TRL.
TRL.
That's
And he had
how I
his-
knew him.
Then he had a late night show called Late Call with Carson Daly. I barely stayed up to watch that after Conan.
Now he's on The Voice as the host.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I thought I
Yeah.
heard something about that.
He's got to be 58,
Not
59.
even close.
59.
62.
51.
Really?
Yep. He's only 51. I would have loved to meet him
Then what?
when
When
he
he
was
did
doing TRL at Times Square.
That
he was
would be something.
in MTV, was he what? 20, 21?
Yeah, he had to have been like 26 or something, 27. Close to his 30s, because that was in the early 90s or late 90s, early 2000s on MTV. So he had to have been close to 30 at that point. So, and that's all the birthdays I have. For
Yeah.
today.
That's becoming my favorite topic there.
I love it. Christy Wilson says he's the host of The Voice. He seems like a cool guy. He does.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think Carson
He
Daly
also-
really seems like one.
He's also part of the early morning Today show
Is he?
That's right.
as like a entertainment like correspondent.
And then he's on something else too. My mom, it comes on after I think Raw, but he was in something else where one of the Garcia twins is in it too.
Something bar games. Can't
Yeah,
remember.
and I saw him on that, and he's actually gained some weight too.
That was him. Yeah,
Blake
that's
Shelton.
on USA, I want to say, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Blake Shelton. He was also
I've never
on-
seen it, but I heard about it.
Barmageddon,
Yeah,
Barmageddon. I have to watch that. What
Yeah.
night is that, by the way?
Monday night.
usually Mondays, but you can probably find it on Peacock.
Let's see if it's under there. I would imagine Carson Daly has lost hearing in both ears after all the screaming all the young ladies did on TRL whenever one of those singers came through, or groups or duos, whomever came through. Imagine all the boy bands that came through there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're playing the same videos every day of the week.
Yep.
Oh, whatever he's paid, he should get double. Anyway, we get into viral debates. And this topic is fun because it was done just before the show.
Kind of.
And it divides households, literally.
Oh yeah.
I've heard it. I've seen it. And the big debate today virally is, does pineapples belong on pizza? Now, for
Yep.
me, I don't mind if it's on there. I could care less. That means I care a little bit. But yeah, I don't mind if it is. I'll eat it. I've done it before. But I've heard, it gets defensive from what I hear. I'll go to Chris first. What do you think? How do you like your pizza? Do you like pineapples on it or no?
No, I like pepperoni. I like cheese. I like, different meats. Like Canadian bacon.
Hell yeah.
Maybe ham, something like
What?
that. But I know they're the same thing. But no, I'm not. I'm a big pineapple on pizza person.
Thank you, pigs. Even the Canadian ones. Randy, what do you think? You like pineapples on your pizza, and do you disown people who do?
Do I disown people that do? Then I'd have to disown myself because I like it. I mean, and we've had this debate on other shows, and I know Ace had it one time, and he would get disgusted because he feels that pineapple does not belong on pizza. So I have to bring it up sometimes to him on the show. So, but pineapple does belong on pizza. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm gonna have to send him some pizzas with pineapples on them and see his reaction.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
Send Ace pictures of pineapple on pizza. That would be
Personal pan pizzas from whatever Oregon joint there is out there. I'll go local. Just keep the fire word out of the pizza.
Awesome. Yeah, my mom's saying absolutely pineapple belongs on pizza.
I'm happy this didn't get crazy where we're throwing chairs among each other.
So I have another one.
Go ahead, man.
Remember the dress debate?
The dress debate, like what color it was?
Yeah.
I still don't know. What was it? I saw like light blue, and then I saw dark blue. What was the whole thing about that? If you could get a picture of that, let me know.
It was if the dress was golden blue or something like that. It was stupid.
Viral. How will we look at this? Viral. And this was like in 2017, 18.
2015.
I was close. That's when I was 100 pounds lighter. See, I see red. I see black, and I see like.
I'll bring it up for everybody.
Blue. The dress was black and blue, but the conditions of the photograph caused many to perceive it as white and gold. But I had this as blue and black, and there's no doubt about it.
I was hoping I didn't have to do this again.
I remember last week we had those viral challenges, and we were hoping we would never talk about or do those ever again. Really, Christy?
Yeah, Christy said something about American Idol had that debate. I don't remember watching American Idol.
That dress.
I still remember the Laurel one. Like, what do you hear?
That was another
Laurel,
one. Yeah.
Lori. And then Charles Barkley heard Donut. Believe that. Yeah.
We can do this one now, but we can also do it at Christmas time about Die Hard.
Okay.
No, don't get me started. Don't.
From what I've seen,
pineapple on pizza. I mean,
I think it is.
Don't get me started.
From what I've seen, or what I've seen from the Cleveland show, when they redid it with their characters, I think it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I'm not going down that road again.
I know his answer.
My mom would disagree with me. She's watching.
We can go, is cereal a soup?
Is cereal soup? It's cold soup.
Is hot dog a sandwich?
No, because it doesn't have flat bread on it.
Yes, it does. If you make it with flat bread,
I've done that before. Oh hell yeah!
That's a poor man's bun right there.
I was gonna say something like that. Oh, I remember doing that.
And then how do you say GIF or GIF or
GIF?
That thing.
GIF. GIF.
Oh no, yeah. I think it's GIF like peanut butter. Oh.
No, that's peanut butter. That's the good ass peanut butter. That is creamy, smooth as hell. I love that stuff.
Yeah. Christy Wilson saying, I will say this until
I can see.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Okay, she changed my mind.
Huh?
She changed my mind.
I'm not getting in the middle of this.
She changed my mind. That's true. That's true. Just because it has a Christmas tree there don't mean it's a Christmas movie. That's true. Yeah. Yep. I guess we'll
go either way, I think.
I'll side with Randy and Christy. All right. So I don't think we have. Let's save the rest of the viral debates for
Yeah.
next weekend, we'll have plenty more because we've opened up Pandora's box and there's no ring in it. But the best music performers of all time on stage as we get to our 10 or less ranked. Not rank them, but our version on this show.
Yeah, hear that, Brandon? Not rank them.
We're not trying to plagiarize on Rankum, which you could see Tuesdays at 7 a.m. Pacific, by the way. I missed that, Chris.
Yep.
All right. So the best music performers of all time on stage that you'd pay your money to, I'll start with mine because I think it's pretty simple, but it's all over the place when you really think about it. So Elvis would be number one for me. I just thought, man, his singing voice, especially later on when he wasn't really able to move, that was really key. You know, the flashy outfits, the hair, the way he drove everybody wild. You know, I think that movie that Tom Hanks produced in 22 really captivated all that. It made me more of an Elvis fan. And Michael Jackson, I mean, the way he danced, the way he sung, it was amazing to see that. The same thing with James Brown, the hardest working man in show business. That's definitely someone you would pay to go see. Prince would have been something to go see because the way he sung and played guitar, not so much for dancing. I heard he wasn't such a great dancer, but still he was tremendous. Janet Jackson for the way she danced, not really for the way she sung. Her choreography was tremendous. And this one, guys, I don't think anybody will have. It's the three tenors. It's those opera singers back in the day who I would watch on PBS. My mom would watch it, so I got into it. And I just couldn't believe the baritone of all these tenors and how just great they were. I could not believe it. And I loved it. I really loved it. Sheila E. for the way she danced, but also the way she played drums. I really, really liked her. And also Tina Marie for the way she sung. She was really great in that too. Madonna, I would say, would be in that list as well for all the choreography, the dresses, and the way she sung songs. For stage presence, it's kind of a tie for me for the last one. It's either Bobby Brown or NSYNC. Just the way their choreography was. I mean, the boy band stuff in the late 90s with NSYNC were just crazy. And you were definitely getting your money's worth for that. And Bobby Brown, too. The way he's really underrated when it comes to stage presence. I really, really enjoyed watching some of his concerts back in the day. And especially with New Edition. Throw them in there as well. So, Chris, I'll go to you. What is your top 10 best music performers on stage of all time? Like, who would you go see to perform and you know you'll get your money's worth?
Well, after seeing what happened at Kyle Field at Texas A&M with George Strait, did you hear about that?
No, what?
No, I didn't.
Like it was, I can't remember the actual like terms or whatever the storyline or the story was, but it was like 110,000 people. It was like one of the most attended concerts in a while or something like that. I can't remember what it was. So probably him. You also have Madonna in there, like you were saying. U2, go Pink Floyd, Queen. You can also go with singular acts like Prince, Elvis, or Michael Jackson. You know, that's basically my list.
All right, Randy, what's yours?
You know, I based it mostly off the concerts that I've been to, and then a few that I'd like to go to. And I mean, and that's these are the ones that I feel are great performers on stage. But I put down Billy Dean, Billy Idol, because I've seen Billy Idol in concert. The Scorpions, Toby Keith, Winona Judd, Tracy Byrd, Tracy Lawrence, and the three that I would love to see would be Garth Brooks, George Strait, and Eminem.
That would be something.
Yeah, it would. But yeah, I based it off the concerts I've been to that I can remember, and then I just threw a few extra names out. So
Wow. I feel like hearing some of yours, I feel like I'm missing Van Halen with David Lee Roth.
I would love to see Van Halen.
I feel like I missed that. I could just tell those shows were electric. You have, Eddie playing the guitar like he did, along with David's energy, doing backflips and all that stuff. That would have been something to see. So let's move on. Another music topic. Our favorite music artists. Well, mine is Janet Jackson. You guys can go with anything else, but I'll start with that, with my top 10 Janet Jackson songs, because she's been amazing for a long time. She's on tour, and it just was unfortunate. The same night I was at a Padres game down here in San Diego, she was going to perform somewhere else. And I had a real thought I was going to sell my Padre game tickets and go see her. I almost did that. I don't know why, but I should have did it, but I didn't. All right, so my top 10 songs, That's the Way Love Goes, All For You, Funny How Time Flies, Let's Wait a While, Come Back to Me, When I Think of You, Miss You Much, Love Will Never Do, Escape, What Have You Done For Me Lately, Rhythm Nation, The Pleasure Principle, Doesn't Really Matter, Nasty, Go Deep, and Someone to Call My Lover. That's mine. How about Dragon Viper?
Before I announce mine, I do want to pull up Jean Carlson's comment by saying all of the Osmonds are great entertainers. So her idea for
Donnie and Marie.
Yeah, Donnie and Marie, and I guess they have other brothers or something like that, but they're, all the Osmonds are great entertainers according to Mom. And then mine are, I only have a few because I'm not a big Janet Jackson fan, but mine are Together Again, Escapade, All For You, Someone to Call My Lover, Doesn't Really Matter, and Rhythm Nation. And that's pretty much all I've got.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm not too familiar. I mean, I've listened to some, but I'm not too familiar with her music. But so I found some Control, All of You, Together Again, That's the Way Love Goes, Miss You Much, If, Escapade, and that's pretty much it.
All right, so this one is tough because I had a hard time with this today, trying to make up this list. And it's our favorite 90s sitcoms. I don't know if we've done this before.
I don't think so.
That's what I was trying to figure out today, if we did or not.
Yeah, we actually did. We actually did. But
that's what I thought.
maybe from another era or decade or something like that.
Because I know one time I wasn't here, you guys did 2000s, and I would have loved to get on that.
So we did 2000s, but we didn't do the 90s.
That's tough. Because there's a lot of ones that I don't think I watched back then that I saw now and that I liked. 8 Simple Rules would have been one that I remember and loved. I loved John Ritter. That was the first time you really saw Kaylee. Coco. Yeah, sure. Geico. I don't know her name. Yeah. And even that one too. So 2000s would have been fun. But my 90s sitcoms, my favorite ones was Full House, Family Matters, Step by Step, basically all the ABC ones back in the day. Parenthood, that one is underrated with Robert Townsend and Faison Love. I don't even know where you can find it on what streaming service, but it was part of the WB back in the day. Home Improvement, Grace Under Fire. I forget the woman's name, but she was a comedian. And she was Grace. She was a single parent, I think, with 2 kids, and it was kind of had reality with that show. If you ever see Grace Under Fire, it's like it's the reality of trying to juggle like a love life, a work life, a single parent life. I didn't really understand it back then, but now I do. So I love that show. California Dreams, Saved by the Bell. Those are 2 like Saturday morning NBC shows I grew up with in the 90s. I love those shows for some reason. Of course, Fresh Prince, that was later on, what do you call it, reruns for me, but that was a big NBC show with Will Smith. And then Boy Meets World, I love that show, you know, with all the characters and how real that was. And that was crazy to me. I had a friend reminiscing about that show, and that kind of brought it to light for me today. So I'll start with you. And you notice, both of y'all, you notice I didn't say Friends whatsoever.
Yes, I did notice.
Chris, how about you? What's your list?
So, my list, going from 10 through 1, Boy Meets World at 10, 9, Roseanne,
Oh my god.
8 would be The Nanny,
Ugh.
7, Home Improvement, 6 would be Full House, 5 is Everybody Loves Raymond,
Mhm.
Frasier at 4, I can't speak. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, number 3. Number 2 is Seinfeld. And since you didn't, I will, Friends.
What was number 8 for you that I liked?
The Nanny.
Okay, The Nanny. Wait, it's number 9. Number 9.
Number 9 is Roseanne.
Okay, yeah, Roseanne. I should have got. I didn't watch it when it was on. You know, when it was. You know, was it new? But I watched all the reruns, and that show got real too. The Nanny
started in 88, ended in 97.
It went on for a while. Aunt Jackie. Yeah, The Nanny. I like Fran Drescher, just that voice and that laugh. Ugh. I can't do it. Dragon Viper. I bet Friends is number 1 for you. What's your list?
You know, I didn't do this in a particular order because of Big B. I blame him because we're not ranking.
Where is Big B?
I should have done mine in alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order. But no, so and you know, the first one I did right was The Nanny, and I don't know if you know this, but you know, Fran Drescher's voice really isn't that annoying in real life. So yeah.
So it was propped up in the show to be like that.
Yes, it was meant to be like that, but that is not really her voice. Yeah, exactly. So I've got The Nanny, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know, one of my absolute favorite TV shows growing up, Boy Meets World. I do have Friends on here. That 70s show.
Oh my god. See, I think that's 2000s to me, but it started in 98.
Yeah, it did.
You hear what
Roseanne.
in the 70s?
Oh, jeez.
I said you sure it wasn't in the 70s?
Roseanne, The Wonder Years, because that went into the 90s.
Yeah.
The Simpsons. Mom's gonna hate me for that one. Saved by the Bell, Family Matters, and a few honorables: Home Improvement, Married with Children, and Step by Step.
God.
So you could put that 70s show either in the 90s or 2000s because it started in 1998, ended in 2006.
It's like you could put like Roseanne in the 80s and 90s, or The Wonder Years in the 70s and or the 80s or 90s. The Simpsons, you know, but they were still in the 90s, so I had them down.
Right.
You know, it's funny because, you know, my mom wouldn't allow me to watch like the 70s show or anything raunchy or whatever. So I caught it on the rebound with all of the, you know, the, what do you call it, the reruns.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why I call it the 2000s with the 70s show. And same thing with Married Children. I was not allowed to watch. I didn't even know about it until years later when I started to learn about certain things. And whoops. So yeah, that was a fun trip down memory lane. TJIF today, by the way.
Oh, I love TGIF. I enjoyed it every Friday, and yeah, and that's where Boy Meets World and Hanging with Mr. Cooper. And
I had that as an honorable mention. I took that out for Home Improvement because I forgot Home Improvement. I loved Home Improvement.
and Family Matters was on there, and yeah, so I enjoyed it. And The Simpsons, you know, and my mom wouldn't let me watch The Simpsons growing up. I mean, I did sneak it sometimes, you know, because
Mhm.
parents can't watch what their kids do all the time. So, but anyway, yeah. So Simpsons were one of them, but yeah, I that was definitely my list there.
Okay, here's another debate. Do we count The Simpsons, Family Guy, sitcoms?
Well,
I
yeah,
count them as cartoon sitcoms.
Yeah,
There's like
they're-
a different. There's a different. Different. What do you call it? The same genre but different creations.
Uh-huh.
Because you could put South Park like in that. That's why I didn't have Simpsons, even though I love them and Family Guy and South Park, because I think it's in a separate. It's a separate identity for me. That's what I would think. Our favorite actor movies. Now this guy I've really liked in a lot of different movies. I thought to myself, you know, if I was in a movie and I needed like a general or I needed a leader of something or a mastermind, I'm picking this guy, and it's Tommy Lee Jones. And my top 10 list of his favorite movies, I'm going to go U.S. Marshals, The Fugitive. Those are on CMT all the damn time, by the way. You can watch that, you know, any time you want with, you know, 3-hour commercials. Men in Black 1 and 2. I never saw number 3, but I don't think he's even in number 3.
he is.
Oh, he is? Oh, okay.
Yes, I don't like 3 anyway.
Yeah, I never got
Another
there.
debate. I'm just playing.
No more.
Double Jeopardy is another one with Ashley Judd. With she was also in U.S. Marshals with Tommy. I really like that movie as well. Space Cowboys was a movie I remember seeing in the theaters. And, you know, funny note about that movie is that it was shot down the street from me where I lived in LA. There was this big Boeing plant that went out of business or they moved somewhere else. And it became a movie studio, and they had all these barracks, they had all this space, and they just decided to make it the Downey Studios. And there was a bunch of movies made there, like Spider-Man 1, Christmas with the Cranks, and you'll notice the same neighborhood in each of those movies. It's the same set. And Space Cowboys, though, this was actually like they were making it where all this, you know, space technology was and all the equipment. It was just a funny movie because it has these, you know, old guys like Clint Eastwood, Kiefer Sutherland, and Tommy Lee Jones there. You know, maybe past their prime, but they're still going up in space. So it's very cool. Volcano, I love this movie. A lot of people don't. It came out, I think, in '97, and it had Tommy Lee as a like city supervisor, I think. But it was a fiction movie about volcanoes going off in LA and the destruction of all that. And I thought it was the movie flopped, of course, but I thought it was cool for him to play the part of like of a hero. I think that was cool to me. Man of the House, even though I hate the Texas Longhorns, I do remember seeing that movie and how he was the, you know, deputy or sheriff of the town and he had to protect the cheerleaders of the Longhorns. And I always remember the big quote in that movie. One of the cheerleaders asked him, why aren't you smiling? Where's your happy face? Where's your happy face? And Tommy Lee Jones goes, "This is my happy face." Small Soldiers. He was, as a kid, that movie was crazy because literally these action figures came alive and destroyed your crap or whatever. And he was one of those military guys, one of the leaders. That movie kind of freaked me out for a little bit because I didn't have many action figures, and I thought they would come alive at night and try to choke me like they did the main kid in that movie. So that was funny. I love that movie too. That movie's great. And then he played Ty Cobb in the movie Cobb, the controversial baseball player back in the early 1900s. He did a pretty good job of that. The movie didn't do well, but I saw it one time on the MLB Network, and I thoroughly liked it. It was better than The Babe, and that was played by John Goodman, and that was okay, but that's one movie that kind of flopped. I liked it, but it wasn't better than Cobb, in my opinion. So I'll start with Dragon Viper on this one. What's your favorite Tommy Lee Jones movies that you've seen of his?
Tommy Lee, I haven't seen much of. Again, going through that list of movies, I could have sworn I have seen more, but I guess not. So I only have a select some. Men in Black 1 and 2. Again, I saw 3. Did not like 3. I thought it was, I don't know. It was different than the first 2. I just didn't care for it. Man of the House, Double Jeopardy, Volcano, Batman Forever.
I've never seen it. What was he?
He was Two-Face.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
And Jim Carrey was the Riddler. So when you get Two-Face and Riddler together, that's interesting. Then I have U.S. Marshals and Rules of Engagement.
I've never seen those.
But yeah, my absolute favorite though is Batman Forever, just because I like Batman Forever.
And who was it? Michael Keaton playing Batman in that one?
No, Val Kilmer.
That's right. At least it wasn't Ben Affleck.
God.
What's your favorite movies of Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah, we'll go in no particular order. No Country for Old Men.
I've never seen. I should have seen that already.
Fugitive.
Yes.
Men in Black, the first one. Lincoln.
Never saw that.
In the Valley of Elah. Yes, it is. JFK. The three burials of I can't pronounce that. Melquad's Estada. Coal Miner's Daughter.
That's one I should have seen already, but I never did.
Lonesome Dove. And The Client.
Yeah, there's so many. When I was looking up his video or movies, Chris, there were so many that you said that I've never seen that I probably would enjoy of his because he's pretty much the same character in all the damn movies, which, is someone you can trust or someone you can rely on to get something done that's morally right and all that. Like if he needed to arrest somebody, he'll do it. Apprehend someone, he'll do it. So I love that. I love that about him. All right. So our last topic before we get to a little trivia, our most annoying actresses of all time. And I'll start with mine before I go in the private chat and check that out. But so I don't have it in any numbers, but I have a list that will offend people. I guarantee it. Are you ready? Brie Larson. I despise her. It started off in that movie Trainwreck when she was like the daughter that would just treat the dad like crap. And then she went on to be Captain America, I think, or Captain Marvel, excuse me, right, Chris?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I've only heard bad things. How she treats the whole cast like crap. She's beautiful. She's beautiful as hell, but she's so annoying as hell. The opposite of beautiful would be Whoopi Goldberg. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Wow.
But isn't it true though?
No
I loved her. No, it's okay. I watched her in Eddie, and that's pretty much the only movie I liked her in, other from like Sister Act 1 and 2, I guess. But her opinions, her looks are just awful. I'm sorry. I can't. She's annoying in that way. Zoe Deschanel might be the most annoying person that I can think of. Her laugh is just awful. The way she tries to, blend in with people in her movies. I just don't like her forcefulness. I like her sister more. I think she was in Bones, the TV show, and she's better, I want to say.
Was that her sister?
Yeah.
Because I know
forget her
the
sister's name,
woman
though.
in Bones.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was her sister.
Don't quote me on that, but I guess you will. Amber Heard. Yeah. Amber Heard. Now, I don't remember her in many movies, but just because what she did to Johnny Depp, allegedly, she's on this list. Awkwafina is just awful to me. She's awful. She's annoying. She tells these stories, whatever the crap is. So annoying. I cannot stand her. She had her own show. She's been in different movies like Crazy Rich Asians. Oh, she's so bad. I'm sorry. Ellen DeGeneres, just for so many damn reasons. I used to like her growing up because I thought that she was cool. Then that quickly went away. Again, she's one of those people that treats her cast and crew like crap. So I can't stand her in that way. Kristen Stewart, I used to love her. Then she became so dull in all of her roles. I should have saw it coming. But I just don't like her. Nicole Kidman is dull too. I mean, she took the fun out of Chris Martin, the ex-husband of Nicole Kidman, of Coldplay. I could just tell he was miserable being with Nicole Kidman. And I never liked her in any roles in her films or whatever. I never liked her in any of that. Kate McKinnon, she used to be on SNL. I don't know what she does now. But I never liked her on SNL. I never found her funny, just annoying. And when she's off the show, it was great, but I still won't watch because everybody's just like her. Everybody's just trying to copy her. I miss Kristen Wiig so much. My last one might be controversial, but it's Jodie Foster. I also find her very dull. I don't like her. I just can't stand her. I don't know. Same thing with Helen Hunt. It's like they're the same woman with their non-personalities. I just don't like them. It might be controversial, this list, but it's my list. Crispy Bacon, you want to take yours? Or Dragon Viper?
Army. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go to you.
All right. My most annoying actresses of all time. I had to start it off with Paris Hilton.
That's hot.
That's hot. Whatever. So I had to start off with her. Then we have Sarah Jessica Parker. Then we have Jennifer Garner.
I forgot about Sarah Jessica Parker. Oh yeah.
Then we have Kenny Chesney's ex-wife, Renee Zellweger.
Oh, same thing. Yeah.
Then we have Kate Hudson.
Yeah, I can see that. She's not as better than her mom, that's for sure.
Then we have Amber Heard. And we, kind of all know about that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah, I can see that.
I absolutely loved Scream 2. That was my favorite Scream movie out of all of them. But unfortunately,
There's more.
it
Don't
just had
worry.
to have, huh?
There's more. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm sure. But they had to have Jada in there. And I mean, I love that movie, but she was in it and she irritates me. Then we have Kim Kardashian and any of those Kardashian whatevers they are. And then Sarah Silverman. Her voice just irritates me.
Hey guys.
I know. It's like, no.
Great body, but I just don't like her. Sometimes her mouth. I'm sorry.
And then I have Megan Fox.
She has big thumbs. That's all I know about her.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't like Megan Fox either. She's kind of annoying. Yeah, exactly.
That's all I know about her. Oh, she'll win that. I have no doubt about that. That was a fun list. Chris, what about yours?
Yeah, so mine's kind of in the same. Let me find it.
You mean you looked at Google too?
No, maybe. So Gwyneth Paltrow's one.
Yeah, Chris, damn it. So I put Nicole Kidman, Renée Zellweger, and who'd you just mention?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow. They're all the same to me.
Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, hey, I love her. No.
Kristen Stewart.
Yes.
Anne Hathaway.
I can see why, but it's amazing though how she kept her looks all these years. Let me say that.
Megan Fox. Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, well, she's got one thing going for her, and that's the behind.
Cameron Diaz.
I can see that.
Katherine Heigl.
Yeah. I never liked her.
And that's basically my list.
That's a good list because there's some things some people I cannot stand. It was many of those. All right, if Dragon Viper's there, we'll do a little trivia and then we can get there.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Callan mentions, how about Jim Rome and Jim Everett?
Who are they?
Chris Everett. Jim Rome, he's a sports talk guy, and he had a viral issue one time with a quarterback with the LA Rams. Instead of Jim Everett, he kept calling him the tennis player Chris Everett, and they had a little get down.
I think he's talking about the date.
Yeah, Jim he was in a few things like Space Jam. Remember the guy on the TV when, Michael Jordan's struggling with baseball?
Yeah.
And he was like, baseball bat, give this guy a tennis racket.
Yeah, I remember that part.
That's Jim Rome.
Oh, okay.
I love how you understood completely what the hell I'm saying. I love that. He was in the Blink-182 video where they're running naked around the streets, and he ran through their studio.
Yeah, it's What's My Age Again.
What's My Age? Yeah, thank you. So he's been on that. I think he was on Matt TV one time when Ari Spears was playing Shaq. They had a little interview, and they were talking about his injured toe. I know too much of this. I don't have a life.
Well, see, I don't, so
let's share ours together like this every Friday night. All right, so let's get to the trivia. I'll start with Dragon Viper here, and it is from the movie. It's movies, right? The code in the Matrix comes from what food recipes? The code from the Matrix. Sushi, dumpling, stir fry, or pad thai?
I'm
Good
going.
question because I never watched it, but
Oh, that's right. I thought you did. That's why I asked you this.
I'm going to go to or go with Pad Thai or whatever you said.
Sushi.
Oh,
Okay. I don't know, Dragon Viper. I know. I think. I know. Chris. I know. I think you
Yeah.
watched this, but I'm not sure. In the movie Titanic, I think we talked about this.
oh, come
Yeah.
on.
I think you'll get this if Chris doesn't get it. But who actually drew the sketch of Rose in the movie Titanic? Was it Leonardo DiCaprio? Was it Billy Zane? Was it James Cameron? Or was it Kathy Bates?
I know the answer.
I knew you
Jack
would.
Bates.
No, Dragon
Nope.
Viper for the
James
still in
Cameron.
print. Yeah, the director actually drew the portrait of, well, Kate Winslet, but whatever, Rose, right? Of Rose, what's her
What
name?
was that?
In that movie, her name was Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least I got that.
But
yeah,
it was James Cameron.
No.
That's amazing. I think. Let's see. Dragon Viper. Who voices Joy in Pixar's Inside Out? Was it Tina Fey, Catherine Hahn, Ellen DeGeneres, or Amy Poehler?
It would be Amy Poehler.
Yeah, you got that.
Okay.
Number 2 for him. Chris, we'll play 3. Or
Okay.
we'll play to 5. Whoever gets 5. Chris, where were Lord of the Rings filmed? Where were the Lord of the Rings movies filmed? Ireland, Iceland, New Zealand, Australia.
Repeat that one more time.
Okay, so where were the Lord of the Rings movies filmed? Was it Ireland, Iceland, New Zealand, or Australia?
Australia.
No. How about you, Dragon Viper?
New Zealand.
Yep, you got it. 3-0. Dragon Viper, which country does Forrest Gump travel to as a part of the All-American Ping Pong team? Was it A, Vietnam, B, China, C, Sweden, or D, France? I actually know this one.
I do too. It was China because he went to Vietnam for the war.
That's right. I love that part.
And I remember, actually remember on that movie when he was doing the ping pong thing, they had China flags up. So
That's right. That's how I remembered it. And I just remember him drinking all that Dr. Pepper.
Yep.
Chris, which
Yeah.
actor was in the following movies? The Outsiders, Wayne's World, and Tommy Boy. Was it Tom Cruise, Matt Dillon, Rob Lowe, or C. Thomas Howell?
Tom Cruise.
No.
What was the question?
Okay, which actor was in the following movies? He was in all 3. The Outsiders, Wayne's World, and Tommy Boy. Was it Tom Cruise, Matt Dillon, Rob Lowe, or C. Thomas Howell?
I'd have to say that's a good question. I have seen a couple of them. Rob Lowe.
Yeah, because he was the guy in Tommy Boy trying to like stop things, just like he was the same character pretty much in Wayne's World, trying to be the a-hole.
World.
Yeah, I love that. I love the fact that it's almost 10:30 on a Friday night, and I think was it Saturday night they had their shows? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Hey,
Who
it's
did?
Friday night. It's 10:30. It's time for Wayne's. Yeah, I think it's Friday night. Let's see. All right, Chris. What was the top grossing movie in 2014? Was it A, The Hunger Games Part 1, Mockingjay, the Lego Movie, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, or was it Guardians of the Galaxy? The top grossing movie of 2014.
Guardian of the Galaxy.
Yeah, you got that one. So for the win for Dragon Viper, and this one is right for Ace. How old was Stockard Channing when she played high school student Rizzo in the movie Grease?
Oh, I know she wasn't even a teenager, or she was like one of the oldest.
Okay, the first age is 27, 33, 35, or 20.
I know she was. Damn, I know this because she was older. She was actually. I want to say she was. What was the ages again?
27, 33, 35, or 20.
She was the oldest. I'd say 33.
You got it right. So Dragon Viper wins 5-1, and that was a lot of fun. I need somebody to come up with trivia so I can get into this.
I know.
Because I don't have the answers ever. You want to try that, Chris, next time for any
Okay.
entertainment?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
me and Dragon Viper can go at it, and I'll probably lose,
All right.
but at least I won't have the answers to cheat, right here in front of me. So this will be fun next week.
All right.
Let's get out of here with some final thoughts. Chris, how about you?
Thanks everyone for watching, tuning in, commenting. Great show. We'll be back next week for another entertainment hour. And if you watched hockey, Edmonton tied it up series 3-3. Comes down to one game.
If we had Sports Minute on Wednesday, that would have been fun to talk about. The fact that they could have tied the series being down 0-3, the Oilers, to make it make a Game 7 happen on Monday evening in Florida. I mean, I'm literally rooting for that to happen.
I want Edmonton to win.
Yeah, the impossible to happen. I literally want that to happen. Dragon Viper, how about you?
I don't know anything about hockey, so I'm just going to leave that one alone. But it's like what Chris said. Thank you for everybody for watching and commenting. And I will not be on Between the Ropes this Sunday, as I will be camping. So we'll see if there's enough people to even have it Sunday. Anyway, and I hope everybody has a good night and a good weekend.
The same for me. I say the same sentiments with you, share the same sentiments with you, and everybody just keep tuning in C2C for all the programs, and there'll be a schedule out to check that out. We're going to move some things around to get more shows out there. I can guarantee you that. And we'll see you next time here on the Entertainment Hour on Fridays. Later, folks.
Peace.